So hello everyone to the stream. Today we're gonna draw Timmy, and nobody asked for this, but I decided to do it anyway because I felt he was left out after I drew a how to draw for his brothers, but not for him. So poor little Timmy. Let me elaborate on this picture here. Actually, this is, well, I wrote down the date. This was done on a Twitter poll on my Twitter last year. And I have a very strong suspicion that people voted for Nightwing as in the Nightwing character, but they didn't know they were voting for the birds. I think a lot of people reblogged it that just like comics and were not familiar with the Go Robin series. So there you go. Because actually from my own experience, I think Damien is a lot more popular. That's you know, but people's opinions can change. You know, that's fine, that's fine. Anyway, let's get rid of the picture. And yes, let me organize my layers first. Oh, let me know if the audio is okay. If it's not, I can adjust it. But I think it should be fine. But yeah, anyway. Let's see. Oh, actually, let me change my brush. Here we go. Yeah. Maybe change the size as well. As you see, I'm really well prepared. Well, I'm more prepared than the other stream I did last time. Since I did check what I did on the previous stream, I was like, oh yeah, I need to do this and this, so I prepared that. So yes, today we're gonna draw Timmy, the lost and last brother. He's not really lost. The last brother of the birds. Yeah. I think it should be fine. Let me move this down. So yes. So similar to the other birds, I like to start out with the eyes. So I know how to position it, and here he's open eyes, his little mask. His mask is the same like the others. Like it has this pointy corners at the end, and it goes all around his eyes. There we go. And of course in the middle of his mask is the little beak. There we go. Timmy is happy. Which would be a nice mood. Anyway, I hope you are all doing well today. I wasn't too sure what I wanted to stream on Wednesday, but since I didn't do it yesterday, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it on Wednesday. Kind of somewhere in the middle of the week. But yeah, I have been thinking of switching out my videos from Friday to Wednesday, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I do want to move back to one video a week, since it is taking a little bit more time than I want to currently. The video editing and arranging, so I know. But it's something I'm thinking about, not sure yet. But it did suddenly change from one video to 2 videos, so that's but that was for the opportunity was there. Like, had some time to do it, so figured out why not. But in that case, if I'm gonna move the videos from Friday to Wednesday, it would be any video. So before I did the Wednesday videos because I did my Pokemon videos on Wednesday, and it could also be an art video then on Wednesday. I'm just blabbering. I'm not sure if anyone understands what I'm talking about, but it's schedule-wise. Yeah. I think it also has to do with, in the weekends, I'm not really a lot online. So I'm very slow at responding to comments and things like that. And during the week, it's a little bit quicker and easier to do it. Like in the weekend, I like to take a little break sometimes, which is nice. You know, not living. Because I also have to do a lot of work behind the computer screen. It's you know, it's nice to look at the outside world sometimes. Yes. Oh, I haven't talked about the video about what I'm actually doing. So here I'm drawing the amulet. That's not what it's called, but he has this belt around his body, Red Robin. Personally, actually, I'm not too sure how I feel about it, but it does define the character as it has the logo over here of the Red Robin, of course. So it makes sense that he has it. But I have drawn him before without the belt because I don't know, maybe I forgot, or maybe I was lazy, maybe both. But yeah, I do think he's also recognizable because he has a funky haircut. His color, of course, is darker than his brothers. It kind of reminds me of like a mayor of a town. He has a thing around his neck as well. Little Mayor Timmy, the tiniest mayor. So you can see him fully. So this one, actually I can change that if I want to. His neck is longer than usual. Okay, I can change the music. So how's this? So I toned down the music a little bit. Let me know if it's okay or if it's still too loud. But I'm gonna move his head. I'm gonna remove his head. That's yeah, here. There we go. Boom. I'm gonna move it down a little bit because I gave him a very long neck for no reason. There we go. Now he's a lot more fat rabbit. Timmy for next president? I don't think he's ready for that. Poor little Timmy. But you know what? He would be a president that's a lot more reliable than if Damien were a president, let's be real. You don't want it to be that, to be in control of your country. That would be bad. So there we go. Fix this. There you go. Here's a fluffy Timmy. So his chest is red, like all the other rabbits. And usually I do the line with a red line. But for this one, I'm gonna just draw the line over here so you can see where his brown starts. Brown. Let's just write it there. Brown. And this is where his red chest is. Oh, you don't even see it. There we go. Because why color if you can just write colors, right? So you have the first one. Let me move this to the right, actually. There we go. This down. So let's do a better job at explaining what I did. I'm gonna create an additional layer. Call it layout. Because it's not a layout. This. Alright, there we go. So let me actually also change my pen color so people can see. So the robins always have that little tear shape like we have done before. He has a tear shape, but let me do it differently this time. So I'm gonna draw his head. So this is where his head should be. And then his body, you can just keep drawing, would be like this. He has a huge head. But you know what? Timmy is a smart bird, so that's fine. We have the head, and actually let me change the shapes again. So you have the head, the body, and if you were to complete the shape, it would be like this. So you have two sort of not really circles on top of each other, and then we're gonna draw his butt, and his butt sticks out like this. So his tail's always very pointy, and the tail's always pointing up. And there we go. And then you have the layout of the body, right? So if he's looking this way, since his butt obviously is here on this side, his face is gonna be here. Let me get rid of the inside lines to make it a little bit more clear to you. Here we go. So this is the direction he's looking at, and this is going to be his face, and this is obviously his body. So his face would be around here, and his beak would be around here, and his feathers, or his wing actually I should say, is right on the side of his body. Yeah, cute butt. Little pointy butt. Let me clean up the sketch. Let's see how that goes. So here we have the first eye, and then his beak would be here. Oh, that was a very weird crooked line. Kind of reminds me of a little duck. Oh, the ducks are so cute. So it was freezing over here because, you know, winter arrived late. And the ducks, I counted them. There were 30 ducks on the ice, walking on the ice. And there were just so many of them. I don't know why when it freezes, all the ducks come together and be a flock of ducks. Oh, also I saw a duck eating a crab. I didn't know they eat crabs, but it was a very tiny crab. There we go. So here we have the mask. And then, of course, what makes Timmy a little bit different is that he has 3 feathers really sticking out of his forehead, I want to say. So he has those really big feathers on top. And then he also has this pointy, usually 3 feathers on the back of his head. So he has quite a hairdo. And then you have the thing, the belt. I'm gonna call it the belt. Over here, this is the Red Robin logo, drawn a bit messy. Let me actually fix the shirt. There we go. There we go. So yes. So here we have the belt, and the belt has 4. Here we go, straps. I'm gonna call it straps. And he has those thingies on top of it. I'm not too sure what it is. My guess is bullets, but I don't know. There we go. And his wing would be here. And then his belt, the strap will go underneath his wing. And now we have his butt. Oh, actually his tail. So we're gonna pull this line down, close it up. And then you have the tiny feet, and of course the feet are a very simple shape. Like the easiest things to draw about them. And actually, I'm gonna do a color layer over here. And I'm gonna grab the red. And that would be like this. Well, not really. I'm lying. Oh no. I'm gonna fix this later. Let me do the chest first, and then I'm gonna add the browns. So of all the little rabbits, Timmy has the darkest brown color over here. There we go. And I liked having the robins as different colors for the animation, just to make sure that they're different. They're not all the same character, all the same robin. And it makes them a little bit, unique compared to one another. There we go. And of course they all adapt it. But in real life, if you see robins, they kind of all look the same. Well, some of them are fat, some of them are thin. Some of them have more red on the chest. It's actually orange. But yes, robins. Oh, he reminds you of Apollo. Apollo Justice. He does. He does. And he's kind of also like that, right? Well, not to that extent, But if Timmy were to be a lawyer, I would imagine him to be like Apollo. Maybe even have some psychic powers as well. Do the little mask. I'm gonna clean up the whites. But, you know, making it a bit messy. There we go. The eyes. So the lines are quite messy, but I can fix this a little bit. So the thing with Timmy is that because his colors, like the mask is dark, the body color is dark as well, sometimes the lines fade a bit away. But usually when I animate this one, usually when I animate the Go Robin characters, I don't use black or well, let me just say, I don't use black line art for the Go Robin, do I? Now I'm confused. I have to rewatch it. I think with the old ones I did, but for some of them I did not use black. I used a dark brown color. But I don't know. Let's not continue on this topic. I don't remember anything. But the different line colors does have sort of effect on how you can see the character. For example, this one, it's not completely black. It's like a dark grayish color. So it has a different effect on his body color. And of course, this problem you do not have with, for example, Jason, who's a very light brown color. But sometimes his lines fade. So I actually can show you what I mean with the lines. This one. So, okay. I see that I worked in the wrong layer, but here you go. Here you have the black lines, which does work for him. But if the lines are too light, it kind of conflicts with the body color. It doesn't really work that nicely. So sometimes his color has to be, sometimes I have to change the colors actually, the line color I picked, because the colors don't match, or the color doesn't match with him, even though it does match with the others. So here you can see a light brown color just doesn't really work that well. Or maybe it should be even lighter so you can see the difference, but you know. Alright, let me fix this like this. So there we go. Oh, it looks creepy without the lines. Poor Timmy, don't be scared. But yeah, it's nice to, well, at least it's something I always have to keep in mind when using line art. When doing line art for multiple birds, which color I pick. And sometimes I don't like to use very dark blacks because it's a very harsh color, maybe harsh on the eyes as well. But of course it depends on what floor I'm drawing the picture. So yeah, so here we have a Timmy. And now we're gonna do another Timmy. Let's do the layout sketch again. Over here. Let's draw him from this side, especially because of his hairdo. That does make some sort of difference. So again, let's wait, I'm gonna move my canvas. Maybe that's too close. Too close for comfort for Timmy. So here we have the shape of his head again. I'm just gonna keep it this little egg shape. And then we're gonna do the body. This is the side view, so this body will be a bit larger. And this is of course his little tail. There we go. It also reminds me of a very oddly drawn wooden shoe. The wooden shoes look like this. It actually has a little flower. There you go. but the perspective is not correct on this one. Anyway, here you have the side view of Timmy. His wing is going to be over here. His feet will obviously be supporting his fatness. And then his face would be in this direction with his mask, and his plucks, 3 plucks would be over here. They're a little bit, if you divide it in half, they're on this side, the left side, because he's looking at the left. And then you have the back, in which his feathers, his hairdo is going up. There we go. So let's clean this one up as well. Yeah, Timmy would be screaming objection against Damien all the time. Damien would do something and he's like, objection! That would be cute to have like a little sketch with Go Robbins as an Ace Attorney crossover. And then you would have Papa Bats in a suit. Not sure how he would do as a lawyer though. Not sure how his opponents would be at the end. Probably black and blue. Singing. Oh my, what a pretty music. Oh. So here we go. We have the chest over here. For me, my sketches are always a rough indication. They're never, well, sometimes they are. It depends on what it's for. It is nice to have precise sketches for animation, but for drawings, I tend to have this rough layout just to give me an idea of, okay, this is where it is, and then I fix the details in the cleanup. Like over here, this line is actually over here, but I'm not gonna follow through with it because its location is weird. Yes, Captain America intensifies. Oh. But I do think that actually Damien would be maybe someone who's, you know, if you have the Ace Attorney situation, I think he would be on the bench in which they're interrogating the person. They're being suspicious of having done something and he's involved. And then his brothers have to defend him. I like the, I know she's not everybody's favorite, but I like the old lady. She's so weird. And very intense. She's a very intense old lady. But very passionate as well. And she keeps coming back. I should mention though that I have not finished the first game because I played it and now I'm at a point that I forgot all the details because I have not played it in months. So if I were to continue with it, I would have no idea what's it about. They were really like, oh, you know what happened? What's the clue? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. What is the clue, right? And then poor Ace Attorney starves because he's bad at a job. That had happened multiple times in my case, actually. And I read that the creator of Ace Attorney wanted to create a game that even his mother could play. But obviously I'm not his mom, so I can't play it all. That might be the reason why. Anyway, here we have Timmy. Let me do this. Let me actually clean up the messiness here. Speaking of the belt, because we're not talking about the belt at all, of all the plushies, I think the one plushie that is the most work to make is actually Nightwing, because he has the hairdo as well, and he has a different chest sign. But the one I actually don't like, the least enjoyable to make would be Tim, and it has to do with his belt. His belt is a very thin and sensitive item to make, so it's always it's not particularly difficult, it's just very tedious. But that's the thing with little accessories on plushes. Of course, the accessory can be removed as well, but yeah, so far that. But I've made a lot of plushies in the past. Eventually you get used to it, but still, it takes still a lot of time to make them. Poor Timmy. But then again, Red Hood also has an accessory that he can remove. I made the hat, like the helmet. It's not really a helmet. You can remove that one from his face, and then under his face you have another mask. I think maybe, well, no, not everyone. Everyone has his own little thing that's a little bit tedious to make. Like Damien has his hairdo. It's very tiny and fluffy on top of his head. Nightwing has his. Tim has his plus the accessory. And Red Hood has his helmet. And for him I have to make double eyes. Anyway, so far regarding plushes, I haven't made plushes in a long time, by the way. I ran out of material. That's a good reason to stop, right? But I have different material, different fluffs and hairy material to make plushes, but it's not the right color. Or it's not Robin color, that's what I should say. I did think of making like random original designs with plushes, but I haven't had the chance to do it. Also, the house becomes a huge mess if you make plushes, especially when you cut the furry fur, the furry material, the plush material. Wow, it becomes a huge mess. And after you finish making the plush, it's still, you will find fluffs and little dust bunnies everywhere. I guess it would be easier if you have, if you work with felt, or maybe like I like to call it curtain material. It's not fluffy at all. That's maybe easier to clean up, especially. Anyway, here we have Timmy from the side. And let's... Hey. Alright. For some reason it looks different. The color. Does it? But it's the same. Might be my eyes. Anyway, let's move on to another Timmy from the front. Let's see. Alright, here we go. So you have the head again, like the non-pulling the egg shape. And because this is the front, I think his body can be fatter. So you can draw the bottom a bit bigger. Big extended on the side like this shape, and then his feet would be located over here, and then his his body and his face would be located this way, or facing this way. So let me get rid of the additional lines. There we go. And then you have the plucks of feather, so they're more located to the right. So this is the half of Timmy. And then the plucks of feather would be on this side a little bit more. Oh, wow, I drew it really badly. Let me redo it. But you catch my drift, right? So it's leaning a little bit to his, well, from his perspective, left side. Knuckles asked, did you ever think about drawing another character in the art, like a fun fact about the main character and the other character? Do you mean draw Timmy next to another character, or Like his size comparison? Is that what you mean? Because I can do that. So yeah, here we have the plugs, still drawn kind of funky. I just realized that I don't draw Timmy from the front very often. So his eyes would be here. And then you have his little beak. And of course his mask. There we go, and his belt would be over here. Beautiful sketch. And his wings would extend on the outside. So let me clean up this sketch. Move the cam. Reduce my brush size. So there we go. Zoom in at least a million times. That's not a requirement. Here we go. And we have the beak. Oh, that's a weird shaped beak, isn't it? Let me fix that. So there we go. This eye is a bit off, so actually let me do that one. So again, you follow the shape of the eyes, and then you have the pointy corners at the end of the mask. His eyes are a bit weird, so there we go. And then you have his head shape here. Let me do the belt over here. And here goes like this. Let's do the little plugs on his head. So he's one of the feathers on his head is bigger, and then you have two small ones. So the middle one is big. Like a big feather sticking out. And now because he's from the front, you're not gonna see the back of his head. So this thing. You know what I mean, right? This thing on the back of his head, you're not gonna see it. I don't want to use the Dutch word because no one's gonna know what I'm talking about, but there we go. So you're not gonna see it. We can just round that one up, and then we can finish his body. So I'm doing these rough as always. There we go. Oh, let me zoom out a bit. And then close up the bottom and his feet. So there we go. There we go. So this one is like a big middle. Oh, beautiful handwriting. Wait, let me actually use the ability of Photoshop to write text so that everyone can read it. Middle. Of course, this refers to the size of the feathers, and it's small. We're pointing this way, yeah. Always gotta check the layers. And his red chest would be drawn like this, so this would be going from his mask down here. But I'm not gonna color this one. So I guess because we drew him from the front, I could also draw him from the back, since he does have those plucks of feathers. It might be interesting for you guys to draw. So let me open up the rough sketch layer again and draw one from the back. So it will be a very similar shape. It's just gonna be no eyes version. So again, you have, this is the head, and then you have the body, which is extending a little bit to the side, like making him a little bit chubby. And this is where his butt's gonna be, like this is the butt mark. And then his wing would be wrapped around his body like this. And then you have his head. So the feathers are a bit, well, they're leaning a little bit to his left side, so this side, right? And because he's flipped in this case, so over here he's pointing to the right, and over here it would be pointing to the left, like perspective wise. So this is his left over here. So his feathers would be here, and then you have the hairdo over. Well, it's becoming one big mess. Let me erase this. There we go. This, and then you have the belt wrapped around his body over here. Oh, you're trying to draw Starfire? Starfire, that's cool. How are you trying to draw? Like a phoenix? I like how you always scream in Spanish. But Starfire would be a cool bird, like a firebird. That's nice. It instantly reminds me of Harry Potter for some reason. But let's not go there. So here we have little Timmy, back of his head. I'm thinking, do I want to work zoomed in? Let's not. Let's just keep this rough. So here we have the wings, and then this little tail would be here, and we're going to close up the bottom. The bottom of this shape, not the bottom because it's blood, of course. So you have those plucks of feathers at the back. They don't have to be the same always. I mean, it's difficult to keep this hair upright, so if it's a little bit rough or a little bit different sometimes, that's fine. And then we have the feathers over here. Again, this is a point of view I don't draw very often for Timmy. This is maybe even a first time drawing things like this, so yeah. Here's his butt. But birds have this fluffiness, so you don't always see their butts. Which is nice, you know? Which is nice. Let me give this a little bit of color. Well, that's a phoenix, that's cool. Maybe you can share it when it's done? That would be nice. Speaking of other characters, I finally bought Justice League Dark, the animated film. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe I will watch this weekend, but I've been eyeing that film for a long time. And I've been curious about it because it has Zatanna, which is of course a nice character, and you have Deadman, which is interesting as well. I like the little short film with Deadman. That one is so cute. But I know his story is not is anything but cute. But that's cool that he's in there. He has a really bright red suit and his pale face and the dark rings around his eye, of course. So he's a very, in a sense, silly looking character, but for some reason I'm intrigued by it. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, I think it has Swamp Thing in there as well. Make sure you look that up. And of course they had to cram Batman in it as well, because Batman has to be crammed in everything. Let me see. Oh, it has Constantine, right? Did you guys see the live action film? I don't even... Is it called Constantine? I think it is. Ooh, not the live action. No, no, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about this one. He's mixed with a Timmy right now. Come on, Constantine. I'm trying to move you on the top. This movie. It's an old movie. But I thought it was really funny for some reason. Especially when he just sat there. What was he doing? I think he was petting a cat or something with his feet in water. I just thought it was a very silly image. But that Constantine. And who else is in there? Swamp Thing, Constantine, Deadman, Santana, and the character I do know, but I forgot his name. He's like the mystical creature. Let me grab that image actually. Oh, what a beautiful resolution. Resolution 0. So I'm gonna shrink it because it's so pixelated. This one. He's been in the animated series before. I think he was... I want to say Batman, but might also be Superman. I'm not too sure. But he's this magical creature that pops up. And so this is Constantine. This is him. Maybe. Different actor. And of course she is in Young Justice as well. And he has a very cute DC short. And this is Swamp Thing. He's a thing of his own. Let me actually look up DC shorts Deadman. Yes, this one. Isn't it cute? I really like this short. I think you can find it online if you want to. It was a couple of years ago during the DC short period that they screened this on TV. But it's a very cute rendition of this character. And he also has this crow, which is very cute as well. They don't really talk much. But anyway, let's continue with what we're actually doing. Timmy's butt. Okay, okay. That's a nice thing to remember. So here we go. Let's close this one up. Well, actually the back view is a lot easier to color. Only 3 colors needed. But yeah, so I got the Justice League Dark film that I still have to watch. But I actually was looking for Gotham by Gaslight. But they didn't have it. Which is so disappointing because it's a new movie. I thought it would have it, but meh, meh. They did have like a collection of the Batman and Son series, but I'm not too sure if I'm interested in that. I think it would be nicer to jump into movies that are like its own thing instead of like a serialized movie section. Like I think the Son of Batman, and then you have the Owl film as well, if I remember that correctly. They all kind of line up and follow the same storyline, or you can watch them and it would continue on one another, if you get what I mean. Like it continues this universe, I guess, and then you have Justice Dark, which might fit in somewhere, but it's a separate story. And I think Gotham by Gaslight is also a separate story, which is nice to jump in, right? So I don't have to feel like I'm missing out on anything. I can just watch the movies, enjoy them for what they are, as a separate tale, and then later on, if they're good or if I enjoy them, then I can decide to check out the other movies. That's the plan, that's the plan. Also, I got Mune. Wait, I am gonna show that picture. It has nothing to do with superheroes. It's actually a French animated series. Animated film. I watched this one at a film festival, and just visually, I think it was a very nice design film. The story is just a kid's movie. I'm gonna be honest on that. I don't think it was too special story-wise, but just the visual, the character design, the way they presented it, it was really nice. And of course, it's not a big Hollywood production. It's a European French film, so it is different in the sense that it has some elements that typically remind me of French films, how they are, how the comedy plays off, and how it's presented. But I think it's nice to support smaller productions as well. Obviously, this is not super small production, but relatively compared to, let's say, a Pixar movie, it's smaller. And I was really hoping it would be released in the cinemas over here, but it didn't. Which has to do with licensing and, you know, cinema stuff, but still, it's disappointing. It's one of the movies I would have liked to support again. And the same is with The Book of Life, which is, I think, a movie that's also really interesting. It was Book of Life. It was the director's passion project. And it took him a long time to get it made. But when it was made, it's very, you know, you can see that he put a lot of his ideas into one movie. And visually, it's very busy, as you can see. Just this picture alone. The characters have a lot of details. They have this wooden puppet look to them, and this takes place, of course, at the holiday with the dead realm. If I pronounced that right. So it's a really busy movie, and visually a lot's going on. But at the same time, because there's so much to see, it's interesting to watch. And the story is also interesting. It's again, not gonna be groundbreaking, but it's a nice film. It's a nice story as well, and very endearing characters. For yes, animation. My passion. So let me continue with Timmy, the non-animated version. You know what? I'm gonna draw him from the other side as well. So I drew him from his left side. I'm gonna draw him from his right side. Because it might be a little bit different with his hairdo. I'm working in the wrong layer. There we go. So here he's talking. Maybe he's angry. He's angry talking. And this pluck of hairs like this. There we go. He's like, knock it off, Damien. That's enough. Let me change the color for my line art. There we go. So sometimes when the eyes of the Robins are angry, I just like to pull the line like this, like the angry eyebrow thing. It makes a difference in how they look. For example, if I draw him like this, he looks a lot more content. But if I draw him like this, it already says a lot about his mood and the expression. Again, I hope you guys don't mind the roughness of my lines. But that's how we can crank out more of these. So Let's draw his wing. Like this. And the back of his head. Ooh, that's a huge head. Whoop, 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 whoop. Things are happening. And then we have this side. So his feathers are to the left side, like his top feathers over here. And of course, when he's from the right side, it's going to be behind his big head, since we've established that he has a huge head. So here we have it that it's a little bit more to the left side. And you can easily show that by, well, it can also just lie on top of his head. That's fine too. I don't think it's really necessary, like a must to have it like this. But you can do that like this if you want to as well. Like the feathers are resting on his head, but they're leaning towards the left side. And of course, if you pull the line like this, then for sure it looks like it's more to the left because of the heel of his head. I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah, here we go. Hey Scar, good morning. Good morning. It's afternoon, but maybe it's morning over there. So in that case, yes, good morning. So we have his tiny butt. Go, and now in this case he has like his little feet spread because he's all like, I'm all puffed up. And so here. I actually like this sketch more than the others, but it has to do because there's more motion going on. Like, there's more tension. And just the movement in the lines is a little bit more animated compared to this one. But yeah. Oh, what I thought would be nice is to actually draw him in poses like how he is in the Red Robin comics. So here we have some references. So I'm just going to use these for the poses. These are drawn by Marcus Stowe. He is the artist that worked on pre-52 Red Robin series. So this is what he illustrated the entire book. So his art is very nice, very smooth. I actually have one of his, a drawing of his little baby Robin, and that's something I showed in one of my other videos. But yeah, that's really nice. It was really nice that I was able to commission him, and he was also very friendly. He didn't mind that I requested such a weird picture. Maybe he even enjoyed it. I don't know. I hope he did. But anyway, we're gonna draw Timmy, Bird Timmy version in this pose. It's gonna be great. Maybe. The one thing I don't like about this suit though, the Red Robin suit in the comic, is his head cover, like the baldness, I guess. Okay, he's bald. This is a weird perspective I drew this in. Let me fix it. But then again, his new 52 version, like the outfit, isn't that great either. So it's like you have a bad costume, well, costume, and then you have another costume. No, the one with the feathers, which is actually based on the Go Robin's Robin. So, Timmy, I question your fashion. That is, if you made the costumes yourself. But then again, like Dick also has very questionable outfits sometimes. This look amazing. This is amazing. This is a 10 out of 10 drawing right here. And then his feet would be like this. Right? This is his leg. And his other feet would be behind his body, so you cannot see it. Amazing. Amazing stream right here. So his belt would be like this. But yeah, here you can see what I based the belt on. It's a rough idea of what it is, a very simplified version of it, and one that's, you know, suitable for the Robin. But he doesn't have a cape. I didn't feel the need. I don't think he needed a cape for the Go Robin's version, or the baldness. Hence his lack of baldness. Clean up the roughness for a little bit. So here he is, jumping off a building. Should he have a rope? We could give him a rope here. Ooh. Oh, that's not how it is. He doesn't need a rope because he's a bird, he can fly. Oh right, that's a great conclusion for today. I'm glad that we've come to this. He's also a little bit angry. You know, because that's what they look like when they jump off roofs. Anger. Alright, so here we have the first one. I'm gonna move the sketch. Oh, there. Oh, beautiful. I'm gonna erase the arrow. So here we have the first Red Robin. And here we have the second pose. Here he is standing on top of a thing. This is a water, I want to say spure, but that's probably not the English word. And he's looking very serious. So we should keep that in mind when drawing the bird version. He has this little hawk nose, like the, you know, I'm a bird, I have a hawk nose. Again, he's bald. This is also bald, but we're gonna change that by adding some feathers. Oh, there we go. And yes, he has the belt, as always. He just looks very puffy and angry in this one. I'm so puffy and angry, I'm gonna beat you up. But you know, he's ready for the battle. He's ready to go. He's like, put me in, coach. I will take care of whatever's going on down there. So he has this, well, I don't want to draw his wings like his arms. That would be weird. Well, we're gonna do it anyway, I guess. There we go. He also doesn't have legs, so that, you know, he cannot have the perspective with his legs, but it's gonna be like this. Now it looks as if he has very long arms, no legs, which is true, It's just, you know, I'm just stating it as it is. He doesn't really put his hands on the hips, but Bird Timmy is. He is. And then he can also stand on the thing, the water spewer. that may not be an English word. Amazing details, I know. Everybody understands what I'm drawing already. I think this is the eye. This is the eye of like the dragon figure. Is it the dragon? I think it is. It may also not be, but it has all the horns. Okay, this is one giant mess, but you get it, right? You get it. As long as you get it, it's fine. Alright, beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna go to the next one in which he's holding a stick. There are also a lot of other characters in there, but we're not gonna draw those. Those are his friends and his non-friends, like the one in the screen is that's his non-friend in the comic. I do sometimes think, like, because there are so many different artists working on American comics, I'm not always sure if the character, like, for now I don't recognize the two at the top, like these two. And I kind of wonder who they are. Like, they could be, you know, some characters that I think they are, but because they're always drawn differently, I'm not sure, I'm not sure. Anyway, we're gonna draw Timmy again. He's gonna hold a stick. It's gonna, you know, that's sometimes what you do. Again, he looks angry. I'm gonna draw him a little bit at the bottom because this thing is really big. It's just how it is. All right, angry Timmy. So I'm gonna do it very rough. Then I'm gonna clean it up. Maybe, yes, I will. This looks extremely rough. That is. So we have the TV. That's like, oh yes, and then we have like his perspective-wise, his body's going down. Like in this drawing, his body's also, you know, he's doing a pose. So here's his feet. And here's his other feet. And then we have the stick above his head. And he like needs to hold it, but he has wings. So how does he hold the stick? How does he do it? Important questions are being asked right now. He could hold it with his wings, but he could also be balancing the stick on his head, maybe? That's what it looks like right now. You know what? I'm gonna draw the wings anyway. It looks weird though, but yeah. That's the conclusion of everything here. So I'm gonna clean up the sketch, gonna make it a little bit less messy, maybe? Maybe? Just big maybe. Well, actually, birds do carry sticks, but they carry it in the mouth. And they don't carry it to beat people, they carry it to build nests. Which is gonna happen pretty soon right now because it's almost spring. Hydra says, Timmy be like, I have the power of God and anime by my side. Angry Robin sounds. Yes, it's true. It's true. Timmy, little anime boy. Oh, there is actually the animated series. No, the animated films. I'm so stuck on saying series. Animated film with the Bat family located in Japan. And Jason has this really silly helmet. I can look it up. Batman. It's also in 3D, by the way. Yes, I guess I'm just gonna grab this one then. Oh, don't do that. Google, please. Move this one to the top. Come on. Come on, layer. So yeah, this is just rendered in 3D, and then they have the texture, the 2D texture on top of it. So this is the Batman in Japan. This is Timmy, I suppose. He has a lot of hair. This is Damien. He has less hair. And this is this one is Jason. I suppose this is a helmet, or is this a basket? I'm not too sure. And this is Dick, and he also has a lot of hair. So this film is coming out in, or is it out yet? I'm not too sure. I think it's coming out this year. It's called Batman Ninja, because that's what you call this movie. And it's coming out in April. Now we know. Thanks, Google. Anyway, let's continue with this Timmy. The fat version and the not fat version. So his little wing fingers are like this. Is that a bamboo stick? Probably not. And then I don't want to draw it completely as a hand, but just a little bit, as you can see. Little feet. Look at him go. Look at him go. Ooh, what I forgot was his hair. Well, I guess I can just draw it underneath the stick. Just like he is in that other picture. I'm gonna remove the rough sketch. If I did I work in the wrong layer? Yes, I did. Of course I did, because why wouldn't I work in the wrong layer? This one. But it's fine. It's fine. Oh, gonna work out just fine. Maybe. Oh. Not. I guess not. This one. This one. Yes, this one. Okay. Okay. This is why I like digital art. It has the undo button, so if I make mistakes, I can fix them. So here we go. Here we have camera. And we can actually increase the opacity for the other ones. Amazing pose number 1. Amazing pose number 2. And amazing pose number 3. But without the friends. Actually, I had to think about, there's another Batman film, let me think, Batman, that is made in anime style. I think it's called Batman Year One. And it has different studios working on different segments for the cartoon. Oh, it's not called Year One. What is it called? I like the first segment a lot. Look at it. think maybe this is the one. Is it? Yes. So Batman Gotham Knight is an animated film that's a little bit older, but it has different studios working on different segments of this story. So there are a couple of different stories in that film, and they're different art styles. So one of the films is about Bruce training. So this is Bruce, anime boy Bruce. Another one is about, I think that he's in the sewer with Scarecrow, right? There we go. There's another one. I actually want to have a better picture of the first one, the first segment. I really like the first one, but it's also because I like the studio that made that segment. Here we go. Well, that's a bad picture. Well, I cannot find any better references for some reason. The robot Batman? Oh, you're huge! Here we go. So here we have, this is all in the same film, Gotham Knight, and it has these different segments. So this one, that's not the one. This one is about his training, like a chapter about his training and how Bruce was Bruce. And then you have this one, I think, is about the sewer part, but I'm not entirely sure. But I know for sure that the two funky looking Batmans, the robot one and the scary looking Batman, are from the first segment in which children are talking about Batman, which is a really nice short film. And the animation is also really cool on that one. It's a lot more, well, what I like about that studio is that it's a lot more animated, which is weird to say about animation, but you know, some of the animations are a little bit less, you know, less budget, and they're on the stiff side, especially with anime. You have like the talking mouse, and that's the only thing that moves. But I do like it if things are a little bit more animated, but of course that's expensive. So the first one is really nice, the other ones are just the steady anime look of the film. And they're all different art styles, different visual styles as well, of how Bruce looks in their versions of him. So let's do a rough sketch of Timmy on this side. Let's draw a content Timmy. He's happy, he ate, he's in a warm place. So here we have an all is well Timmy. I did not draw his belt because, you know, he's not on the job. He can have a bare chest if he wants to. Actually, let's draw one where he is flying, since that's something that is asked sometimes, so let's do that. Oh, hey Melissa. Thank you. Yes, and Timmy's very happy. I imagine him being like having a fresh massage and a bath from Alfred, some food. So he's a happy bird. So here he is like soaring to the sky with his wings wide spread. This music kind of fits it. This is actually also a perspective I don't really draw very often for Timmy. That's the conclusion and the lesson of this entire stream. But he never had like this pose was never necessary for him. So this is why I haven't drawn him like this. But yeah, so their wings are spread and the top, of course, with birds. This is what their wings are like. And they can fold up their wings. this flow, so all the feathers are at the bottom. And when he's spread his wings, like in this perspective, even though I did draw a little bit funky. Let's see. So this is if his body would be like this. This is the body, this is the feet. We have the feet of the bird, so this is the bottom perspective. But when he, in this picture, he's flying like this. Like this is the egg shape, this is the bird, and the bird's like this. So his wings, the top of his wings, so the top, is actually located here, if you do wonder about drawing the wings. And then his feathers are drawn in this direction. Here you go. And this is how you draw the wing spread, or in this particular perspective, that is. Beautiful. Hey Luna. How are you today? So yeah, so here we have the explanation of the wings. Actually, this bird has some funky eyes. His eyes would actually be over here. Since with birds, the eyes are actually more located on the side of their head, but I know that's not relevant to the robin since their eyes are at the front. Fluffy. Yes, I think my canvas is about to fill up quite a lot. We can do one more sketch at the bottom, like a small one. Content Timmy is the theme of the last couple sketches. I actually want to draw him with his wings up, but I drew him too big. Actually, I can shrink him. There we go. So here he's laying on his back, and then his little feet are pointing up. And then you have his tiny tail. Of course, this is where his butt would be. It's a good reference, right? Of the butt reference. The wings like this, and his other foot is over here. So if this is the line I'm pulling right now, it's where his red chest would be, or where the red and the brown would separate the colors, like this. And again, no belt. Actually, I can draw the belt if I should I? His belt would be here. The little red robin belt. And there you go. And then I'm gonna fix it. It's very rough, but I'm gonna erase those lines really, really soon. There we go. But this is also an easy way if you draw the body first, and then later on you can add the accessories or clothes or anything you would like to add on top of the body. It's easier to draw the body first sometimes and then draw the accessories later. Especially with digital art, you can just remove it. But of course, if you work on paper, you can just erase it if you sketch it out first. And then you know that it fits. So here we have another content Timmy. It looks as if he's going down the slide. There we go. He's at the playground. He's having the time of his life. Daddy Bets brought him here after he kept asking to go there. This is the top of the slide. This of course is the slippery part. Going down, maybe it's in elephant shape, but not really because it doesn't fit. And it's going this way, yay! It's a very tiny slide, or Tim is just huge in this one, but yeah. All right, here's another spot. Let's fill it up with more Tim. He's winking at you. Isn't that nice? He's like, have a good day, everybody, because he's the nice Robin. Actually, Tim is Dick is also the nice Robin. It's quite balanced. You have two maybe nice Robins, sometimes not, and you have two nice Robins. Well, of course that is if you don't count all the other Robins that are Robins these days. I'm not sure why I selected the text. Sometimes, just sometimes. So here we go. Have a good day, Timmy. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this stream really soon. I think we've done all the sketches, so if you guys have any more questions about like how to draw the Robins, just let me know. You can also let me know in another stream in the future. But oh, this one is fat. Wow, he's just one round shape. But yeah, so here we have good day, Timmy, and I clicked on the wrong button, which is something that happens sometimes. And here we have going down the slide, Timmy. And here we have content flying Timmy and fluffy Timmy. I don't know what those things are. I was thinking of sparks. I don't know, like fluffs. Nobody knows. And here we have the first drawn Timmy in blue, but he's not colored. This one is colored, however. Like a little bit tipped from the side. This is whistling Timmy. Whistling a song for you. This is the back of Timmy. This is the front. And the explanation of the little feathers on top of his head. Here you have aggressive Timmy calling someone out, probably Damien. And here we have Timmy being a red robin. And here he is like standing on top of a thing. And here he's holding a stick. Amazing descriptions, right? Amazing descriptions. So yes, I'm gonna wrap up this stream. Maybe do one more quick sketch. I'm gonna do one tiny more sketch. The last Timmy. That's the name of that picture over here. Yep. So yeah, this is gonna be. Well, now we have all the Robins. Well, the 4 main Robins, I should say. So we have done a how to draw Nightwing, how to draw Damien, and how to draw Red Hood. And Timmy, of course. How could I forget? Don't forget, Timmy. So yeah, that would wrap up all the how to draw robins. The basis is, the basic things are always very similar. How to build up the bodies. It's just a matter of how you want to pose the character, in which direction he's looking, what is he doing? Is he flying? Is he sitting? Is he sleeping? Or some other type of pose. Of maybe he's has like a hat on or a different accessory. That's also possible. But the bases are the same. They just have little different details on them. Like Timmy, of course, has his belt, and that makes them unique in their own way. So yeah. So after this, I'm probably not gonna do another how to draw robin stream. I might do just a regular doodle stream like I'm actually doing right now. That would be nicer, right? I don't have to be within a theme. But if you guys do have questions later on, like, oh, how do you draw this? Just let me know in those future streams, and I don't mind explaining how it's done or how to draw them. But yeah, so in the future there will be probably just some random doodle streams similar to this, just chilling and drawing, but no more explanation on how to draw the robins, unless you guys would like that, of course. So yeah, this is the thank you for watching robin. And there we go. So again, thank you guys very much for watching today. I hope you have, well, it's still early over here, early in the afternoon. Evening still has to start, so if you're in the morning, I hope you have a good morning. If you're in the afternoon, have a great afternoon. And if you're in the evening, have a great evening. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!